Yo, what track was that? I gotta go back. Okay, you sent it to send anywhere? Peace and blessings, family. Anyone, everyone who shows up, want to wish you a blessed and peaceful now, from now on, eternally. Yeah, we'll be right up here shortly with the cast of the day, with the thoughts and sharing that we want to bring to the table. Blessings of gratitude. Thank you for anyone who comes in contact with me. I am Source Energy, God Coach King Malik, with my Royal Melanated Family whenever they show. But I am here to share a little bit of information from personal experience and to offer assistance to those who we could potentially, or I could potentially offer assistance to. All right, so blessings, blessings, blessings. Thank you. I mean, we're gonna let that run just a minute, maybe about 2 more minutes on the music, and I'll be right with it. You can't hear the music? I turned my mic off. The music went off as well? Okay, so the music went off when I turned the mic off? Oh, okay. Okay, so I know next time don't. Okay, tell me. Okay, I got it. So the mic has to stay on if I want anything on this podcast to play. All is well. Peace and blessings, family. All right, we're gonna show up. I'm gonna pop up on the screen here. As soon as oh, you know what? Excuse me. All right.
This is a crisis creation.
Thank you.
This is a crisis creation.
Peace and blessings, family. I am Source Energy, God Coach King Malik, here to share and be peace, be peace, be love, share love, be love. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to come through and share a topic that I experience every day, and I'm sure a lot of people probably go through the same thing. Excuse the music, I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna turn it off. And we'll get back to that. So what I do want to say is all the music that you hear produced by Crisis or September Royalty or Magmat the Magnificent or myself or anybody probably that does something around here. We all kind of do, production and stuff like that. But yeah, work for hire production and everything, public, producing, composing, writing, voiceover, a lot of different things. But to the subject, all right, the importance of being patient and showing compassion to elders as they come to the completion of their journey. Okay, so I this is a very very personal topic for me. So I even got notes. So it's not like I'm rehearsed or anything. I just want to share, what's going on. So just didn't get it registered yet. Oh, okay. No worries. No worries. Okay, so, you know, yesterday we did a podcast or a live for a few minutes about memory, memory loss and dementia and Alzheimer's and elders, and just a few things about the things they seem to experience from my own experience, and then with my mom and my dad, and then some relatives that I actually grew up with and had to deal with, some of the things like memory loss and just, illnesses in general, you know what I mean? So I thought it was important that I came forth and shared my experience because, as I'm a licensed caregiver in the county that I live in California, and I caregiver for my family, my mom, well, my father first, and now it's my mom as well. But so very, very different circumstances. Because my father first. Okay, so he came here 4 or 5 years ago. You know, 75, 76 years old because he's eight now. He's 74. He's 80 now. So he came here. He came with a few issues. He had addictions. He was dealing with, and it took a minute to learn how to deal with that, bring him into the home with the family and everything, and just learn how to adjust. And me, really maintaining my lifestyle, my family, my entrepreneurship, and all the coaching and everything, tying it in and basically, learning how to make it all work together. Okay, so going through that process, 4 or 5 years he's here, so just stretch it out a little bit. My mom, I end up having to, long story short, go and get her. You've heard this if you've been on any of my lives or anything. I had to go get her because her memory had gotten to the point where she wasn't able to take care of herself or live by herself, should I say. So she's moved in with us, and since that, it's been an interesting time. To say the least, it's been an interesting time, and I wanted to share some of the things that I've learned that I want to, that I know could potentially help someone or assist someone just to see things from a different perspective, because the importance of being patient and showing compassion, and love to the elders is like, it's key. Because I'll give you an example. My mother I'm her only child, so we've always had a personal relationship, but at the same time, when you have a personal relationship, it's a lot of things that's not taken care of. Like, okay, for instance, it's personal. I'm her only child, so all my life, even though I'm a grown man, she's always thought that, she's my mother as if I'm a child. So a lot of the things she presents to me has always been from a perspective of she knows more than me, no matter what I go through and all this type of stuff, which, a lot of us as melanated young men, we go through this with our single mothers, but that's a different thing. So all in all, my mom, she's always been pretty much an aggressive thinker. She's always been pretty much able to take care of herself. She's always been like very aggressive. Like she don't really want to, hear nothing. She don't really want to be told anything. So you could imagine she's a Gemini, and she's very, very, she reads a lot. So she's very, very self-sufficient. That's the best word. Self-sufficient. So she asks nobody for nothing. She's kind of like haughty about asking anybody for anything. She'll do it herself. Everything, anything she asks you to lift something that she knows she can't lift, and you won't help her, she'll go try it anyway. That type of thing. She's got that heart like a lion. It's real, real stubborn on top of that. But okay, over the years, okay, it's played into our growth in terms of, our relationship together, and her being stubborn, not listening to me, her being having her certain belief system, and me having a total different knowing about my whole life to start with, and just having conflict and opposition, but still being, in relationship to, seeing all of the things that we've both gone through and everything. And I've had to learn several things because my mother has been the type of person that, has She'll tell you about yourself in a minute and feel like she's right, even if she's not. And we all have had our times, I'm sure, but it's different when when it's your mother and you can't make your parents do anything, and when you're in a position of someone who thinks that she has ownership, and respectfully so. This is from a child, but we get up to now, and in a way, even though I take care of everything, my mother has never really recognized the fact of all my responsibilities until recently, when she really came to terms with her memory and things of that nature. But the patient part, I'm going to share with you. I've had to reinvent myself, reinvent my life with my children first, of being patient, because of just seeing that even though I have 11 still in the home, all different ages, from the same woman, none of them act the same. Even the ones whose birthdays are close together, same, zodiac, excuse me, everything, excuse me, it's just so many so many differences, which are respectable. I have that respect to understanding that, because I've learned. So nobody's the same. All strategies are, solid and sincere and active at all times. I don't have a way of doing one thing, because everybody's different. I've always had to come from intuition and do everything. And that's why the Creator's given me these responsibilities. I'm sure I've taken the responsibility as source, and I'm here. Okay, so my mom, my patience has gone from 0 to 100 because of a couple of different incidents. Okay, imagine this. You're 54 years old. Your mother is 78 years old. Generally speaking, she's, you see she forgets a few things, but you have this conversation with her and you realize that in this conversation that something shifted drastically since the last conversation that might have been the day before. So something drastically shifted to the point where she's not necessarily recognizing the areas that she's in. She's not pulling up words properly. She's not, grouping her words together. She can't pull her words up. She can't remember recent events. If we went to a doctor's appointment like yesterday, it would seem like it's a long time away, or it was a long time back, or it's just everything is off of time. Everything is a little pressed in time, and that started a little bit back. But I've noticed in the last 3 months that this thing goes really fast. Like, okay, and I just want to share with people who got any relatives with dementia or Alzheimer's or just memory loss. I mean, I know that there's a lot of groups that I'm having to get involved in. I've had to take an extra class for Alzheimer's to learn how to deal with the mind. Just the different things, because going in and out, the patience level you have to be patient. If you don't have a form of way of, like channeling for yourself, I tell you, it's best to get someone to intercede before you communicate, because the energy that is inside of that that memory loss is interesting, because it seems like it's memory loss, but it also seems like it's a spirit attached to it. You know what I'm saying? It seems as if when it comes with anger, it comes with sadness, it comes with, like disrespect. And then when it goes away, it's as if it never came. And my mom has had a few of these spells. And, prior, to that, I grew up with her grandmother around. So I saw her mother, with my grandmother around her mother, and I saw her do the same thing, but very angry, very, very angry about a lot of things. So, but she was never she was never mean to me. But my mom never recognized that, because she wasn't willing to accept that. Me being younger, I did. I notice now, I learned this stuff to be able to deal with what is now. I tell you, learning this measure of, patience has gathered me back to this whole, process of how I've gotten to this point of being able to create, recreate, and deal with what I've been able to deal with. And I just want to share with everyone to, if you don't, if you have never attempted to, use your imagination and imagine yourself and your loved ones in the place that you desire them to be. Sounds kind of crazy maybe, But a lot of us are on this. A lot of us know. But I'm sharing from the perspective of a person who's responsible for 15 people in the house and a household, and entrepreneurship and working and having to juggle a lot, and a lot of times not being in my space on my time frame and everything of that nature, but always in the moment of where I'm supposed to be to love and protect this family and learn from all of these life changing experiences about the memory and about, like my father is his ability to move around is getting more and more limited, and having to assist with that, and just watching and making sure that I'm compassionate, because I know I want the ancestors to receive them, you know, as if they did everything they were supposed to do while on this planet, because I have a very, very, very serious opportunity here on my lap. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like for me to be blessed with taking care of my parents, like a lot of people take that as, oh man, I'm not taking care of my parents. They didn't do nothing for me, this, that, and the other. I feel like I came here as a spiritual warrior though, like on a different level, not to play games with what this process of awakeness is. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I realize that I've been awakened by a lot of things that have been taking place. And I get to be the example to my parents that maybe they didn't see or they thought was, and I see that process, because as I see them getting, more expanded in their solar returns and everything, getting closer to their transition, I've I've come to the conclusion of, all is well. I mean, I did that before, but I really have now, because it's like, when you do certain things, it's no way for other things to happen. When you set yourself up in the universe to protect, love, and do, I don't care. You could put everything else down, because it has sacrificed my wealth. It's sacrificed, financial, to have to stop spiritually and channel into myself and really recognize that go to the core of all my life, what has been important to me and what is important to me, and what has really shaken the ground on our foundation and made us have to really prove that, hey man, we are a royal melanated family, that against all odds, we always win, with minimal support. Like, I don't have anyone to reach out to for any support. So what we do is we do our work as entrepreneurs. We have services we offer, and just willing that people will recognize that we're worthy of work, and our experiences will, can potentially be of some service to people if they, just reach out and see. And hey, just reach out. I mean, people are willing to spend, hours and hours watching a lot of crap. And I know we don't have a lot of stuff going on, but the things we have, online, should I say, we don't have a lot of things, just showing up as to, content, but the things that we do show up about. And if you go to any of our websites, and then you can get the information that what we do, and we're coming, like, we're doing what we're supposed to. But I know the vibe is now to just, share the information as it goes. And every day for me is a new process, and I'm having to reinvent, because man, it's like I look at the camera every day. First thing I do when I wake up, open my eyes, give thanks, do my primary, somewhat ritual to get my real alignment together, and then I look at the camera at my mom to see if she's moving. Look at the camera at my dad to see, like, it's like a different way of life for me. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like I know that all things are meant to be, because as above, so below, as within, so without. I totally understand that, and I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm with it. I'm built for it. At the same time, when you got a family of children that you have, been very, very blessed to influence, and they trust you, and they see how you move. My children watch every step I make, so my desire is for, my commandment, and I allow for myself to be always in the position of proper influence and love and power for my son, my seeds, my gods and goddess, because I know that I am the one who represents what it is they will look for first. And I am going to do. I am. Well, let me stop that because I am in the process of. I do what I am supposed to do. But that's the reason why I'm here because I wanted to share, some of the things that signs was like my mom started having mood swings because she couldn't remember something. She'd get mad. So that's just a sign that I wanted to share. It's another sign that I've heard that they, have a loss of smell. Like a sense that elders kind of get a loss of smell. The mood swings and all that kind of go together, and they can't put their words together. And these are all the things that I recognized after I went to these classes, and got information about the symptoms of all of these things, not claiming anything, but realizing that they have symptoms for a reason. They have all of these techniques in place for a reason. So we have to utilize them. And where I am, what I most desire to bring to the table is most information that can help us. But what keeps coming in my face is my everyday life, me having to really like be on alert for not, anything negative, but just ready for the change. My mother might not remember where she is. We have a 2-level home, but she never goes upstairs, but she's always saying that she went downstairs and got something. And so it's like, it's a lot of things that we pay attention to. It's a lot of things you must pay attention to. They say that the brain shrinks as you get older, and something called the hippocampus, the part of the brain that makes you forget your location and stuff. It assists you with location. That's the thing that one of the things that causes Alzheimer's or something like that. And then it's just a lot of things that that are on the table for us to pay attention to. Triggers of emotion. Like I've had to become an actor for real, in the sense of not negatively, but being where how you have to fool your child to eat something, or not fool your child, but influence your child to eat something, because you're not fooling no children. You have to be of some influence. So influence. Now, I feel that my mother is the youngest, mind that I have around. 2 days ago, I had to take her hot plate out. I had to take all of the things out that could be dangerous. Like she's been breaking things left and right. And, as these things change, I had a talk with her today. And this is another reason for this being patient and showing compassion, because I sat there and I watched my mom. I looked her in her eyes and I watched her having to come to terms with the fact that she can't do, the regular things that she does every day. You know what I'm saying? Barely can have a coffee pot because she keeps breaking the glass, from what I understand. But she's got them. But, that's just, the thing. She had to put on a hot plate. The hot plate, she's burned up a bunch of things on the hot plate, like not the things that don't go on a hot plate. You know what I'm saying? So we've had to take all of that stuff. But I looked at her today and she told me, she said, I need my independence. You know that. I was like, I'm looking at my mother, my sweet mom, with her small self, because she's shrunk a great deal dealing with this stuff that she's been dealing with. And she was just, I could see her coming to terms. I know her. You know what I'm saying? I know her, and she's having a time, man. And I can only because it's, I'm connected to her in a loving way, but because I'm spiritually awakened, I understand that I don't feel sorry for her, because it's not a sorry type thing. I feel compassion in my heart that she has to go through that, and I do everything I can within my power to make sure whatever I can do in this physical part, I do the best I can to make it easy for her. And that's basically all I can do. I do the same thing for my father, because I know that's what's necessary. And I'm constantly in my Akashic records. My ancestors are proud of me. I know they are. They got to be. You know what I'm saying? I know that's why I stay under somewhat what they want to seem like. It's called attack, but you can't attack what is, you can't, you can attack all you want, but you never win against what's destined. And our lives are destined to share love, protect love, be love, go to war for. You know what I'm saying? So I love everything that I have put on the table with my family. I realized, even when I was blamed, when I said, "Are you the one that did this?" So don't blame nothing on me. Don't ask me nothing. It's not like that, but you know what I'm saying? It's like it's a love thing. Everything is beautiful. All is well. But imagination is the key. I've had to take my imagination, jump myself to a different vibration, put myself in a state of hypnotism, put myself in a state of deep meditation, cause my awareness to come into consciousness with what I am responsible for here on this in this realm. And what it is to me, I know that I am source energy. I know that I came to do what it is that my intuition clearly makes me do. Even when I walk in a different direction, I get pushed back to the direction I'm supposed to be in a very, very quick, forward, and fast fashion. And I'm grateful for all things that are taking place because, you know, as above, so below. And with my mom, I felt like we had gone to the straight bottom because they say stage 4 cancer in both of her breasts and then her colon. I'm not, like afraid of anything. My mom beat cancer 20 years ago. And when they told her that, she looked at them and was like, okay, whatever. I beat it before. And she took heed to that. So she hasn't been dealing with anything like that would be cancer, related symptoms. She doesn't speak on that. She just, I can tell her emotional guiding system is being directed and redirected based upon her having a lot of emotions about her not being able to remember things. And I go and try to have conversations with her and put her in a state of, you know, talking about things that I think that I feel like she would remember, just to be able to assist. And I also learned you got to get word books, you got highlighters, and I got her, so she can keep her mind going, play cards, keep the motor functions going as much as possible. And if you have someone you're dealing with and they read, get them to read. And they have a bunch of stuff on computers now and that you can use, but I think it'd be better to use paperback, like books and paper, like where, stuff like that, unless they just have issues with their hands and they can't move around. But I want to share, because I've learned hypnotherapy. I've learned, first of all, I was taught early on how to meditate and how to pray, okay? What we thought we were doing, we were praying and stuff like that. But I learned how to meditate, I learned how to pray, I learned hypnotherapy, I learned quantum physics in terms of meditation and jumping and, understanding the quantum fields from the perspective of a spiritual and physical perspective. NLP, very, very, deep dive with attempting to intending and commanding and have got very, very conscious of how these things work, these modalities work, as well as auto-suggestion. And, coming back to realizing that daydreaming is tied into all of this stuff. And all of these things are just a form of, my imagination, your imagination. Every one of those things, all things that we do or have to do or attempt to do or want to achieve, we have to first be able to imagine them, put our state of mind in a state of imagination to where it will be, acceptable or seeable in our sight. And once that happens, it never fails. Even if you don't see it, it still happens in the vibrational realm because we are living in multiple realms. We're living in the quantum field, and everything we speak is in vibrational escrow in the quantum field for us, because when you learn to jump, learn to, cause action for separation from this, atmosphere of this realm to reach for a higher perspective of connection, you'll see that you feel, you see, you can possess, you can feel the same energy that you feel when you have something, because in another dimension you have it. So when you go there, you actually do have it. And if you're good enough, you can stay there. And you'll know if you jumped because the people that you are around before you jump, when you get there, they'll be different. If they're not already on the level that you're jumping to, they'll be different. They'll be different, or they won't be there. You'll see a fast decrease, and it'll be like you woke up and had an argument and they disappeared, or something happened where they disappeared. It's like the universe is working really, really quickly at this time. Is what I've haven't have proof to find out, and my numbers have broke me down to the point where I got to do this work, and my family came to assist me. The Royal Melanated McCullers tribe, we came here to show love and do what we can to, protect love, and hey, be have on the suit of armor for protecting it. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody's perfect. Nobody, is better than nobody. Everybody is, equally, capable, or equally has equal opportunity to have and do what you want. There is no right, there is no wrong. It is your opinion and your perspective of it. You know what I'm saying? It's where you reside on your level of perspective, and that's how it affects you in this realm. It's just designed that way, and but I want to be like one of the first to say that when you're dealing with your elder, be patient. Patience is a virtue, is what they say. But patience will, like really teach you something. And if you love your people, then, you can't get mad at them for real, because how? Who got the right, blueprint? Anybody got the right blueprint for, like, for real, for real? If you can prove some stuff to me, then I would love to sit down and dialogue to you about really what this is all about. But if you can't, if you're not walking in my shoes, and you can't, do what I'm doing, if you're not doing equally to what I'm doing, then the conversation can't be about, your religion, or your unawareness, or you thought, or you thinking, you've been, you got hope and all that type of stuff. It's respect in the perspective of, let's just share power. All of us should come together and just share power and recognize that we are the source of all things that are taking place. But one of the most important things that I've realized is, man, this process, what they call life, once you understand that it never stops, and that the energy that when you hold a person, that energy that you feel illuminating from yourself is your feeling, being illuminated by the idea or the imagination of their hug or their feeling for you. It is our energy that is protecting and healing the ones that are, loving and showing us all this love and protection. You know what I'm saying? We gotta really come to a different perspective of how we move. Like it's interesting. It's interesting. Every day I learn something. Well, I come to an awakening of something that is new in this realm. I guess it's not new because it's just new for this realm because I get to use it differently. And but the process of this memory thing, this elders going back, just hold their hand, hold your loved one's hand, like literally hold their hand, like talk to them like they are the most precious people in the world, because they mad, they pissed. They gonna cuss you out too. You can be all nice. Go on TikTok and look at some of the elders on there that the people expose. They're not even doing it for a negative reason. It's just really funny. And when you get into a certain financial situation, I understand why you want to show that, because that's how you can get some help. A lot of people want to see that kind of stuff, and I don't know, I don't see too many people making fun of it, because when you get a little bit older, you got a loved one, and they're getting older, and you see and you feel this for real, and that person look you in your eyes or hold you and tell you how they feel like they melting, they living a nightmare. Because my mother has told me that she feel like she's walking around in a nightmare sometime. And, like my lucid dreams, I know what that means. I know what a nightmare feels like. I know the definition of what it feels like to me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to always do the best that I can to assist my folks, all the elders that come into within my care. You know what I'm saying? I just happen to be blessed with my mother, my biological mother, and my biological father. So I feel like this is like a history making thing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the reason we have our own network, the Vortex TV, the excuse me, Vortex Now Network, TV.tv. $4.99 for a monthly subscription. Why don't you check us out and just support us? You know, we put up, our family information. We put our creative things on there. We advertise, we market, we share love, we share ideas. I have coaching opportunities on there. I have some things that we're stepping into a new thing because we want to be of the best assistance that we possibly can to all those who come into our contact. If you come in the vibration of our voice, if you come in the sight in the vision of me, if you see me within your vision, hear me in the sound frame, in the frequency, hit you in any kind of way positive, my power, my love, my peace is upon you with that because that's my intention. If you feel some other kind of way, I would say just protect yourself because I'm rolling with the source, and I don't have anything to fear or give anybody to fear about me. So let's show love, let's show peace, and let's do something helpful to the elders. Let's see if we can do anything that just every day, if you see an elder or if you have an elder that you could assist, do something. Do one thing that you could do to help, and watch the universe just automatically make others do the same thing because our youth out here are kind of mixed up a little bit of how they're supposed to handle the elders because, I know it's a lot of elders that did a lot of foul things to these youth, and the youth, they don't care. They don't care about that. They don't have a feeling about that because why should they? If you crapped on them. I was looking at a thing today about that dude that does shout out to my man who does the street Atlanta, what is it called? It's called the Atlanta Street Interview. Shout out to my man who does that because he exposes some things that, these people out here doing some foul stuff. Some people dropped off an 18-year-old girl and boy on their 18th birthday. They had adopted them since they were 4 years old and dropped them off on their 18th birthday, told them that they were taking them on a trip or something like that, put them in a shelter in Atlanta and all kind of stuff. And it's just like crazy. How can, I know hey, look, I'm from it. I know, but I'm just saying because we've been blessed with so many amenities and so many things to not have to go through so many other things. We don't sometimes realize that people are going through it out here. You know what I'm saying? And I have to be of some assistance to make change. My life is of some assistance to make change. Just my everyday walk of life, the things I go through, the average mind does not know how to even fathom this because I don't even have no. Hey, I'm just saying I'm grateful. I'm very, very compassionate about being, on top of what I'm supposed to do and what I have to do and what I know I have the desire to do. I came to win with this, and I love you, Mom. I love you, Pops. I love you, all my aunties and uncles, the ones who have influenced me and who I can assist. My auntie came over last night, Elder. She's, a beautiful soul, and I just realized, man, hey, in a minute, we're going to be the elders. Like, to some of them, we are the elders. My children say, when they told me, yeah, Daddy, you're from the 1900s. And I was like, 1900s? That didn't even sound right, you know what I'm saying? But it was funny to me because the 1900s, that's really just 1968. It's like right back there, but we 20-something years in. We're a quarter in to the, so it's like they have every right. And they were born with, when they were born, they never had to do without technology. They weren't born into this thing without technology. It was me that had them out there plowing and digging and learning how to plant stuff. So I'm grateful that I have a foundation that I've set and that we're going to keep on pressing with. But all in all, let's take care of the elders. Let's truly do that. And I just want to share, like, again, I have learned, and I'm gonna say this is probably gonna be one of my mantras about, being in the state of, really being open and clear and balanced as you can to use your imagination in the proper perspective, because you really want to be, and to get the proper results, you have to be as, mindfully aware as you possibly can, as KS3 Revolutionary says. You have to be very conscious of, your your process in order to achieve. And it's not really hard to be grateful if you take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and then realize that you see people all the time. Just go online, Google emphysema. My stepdad passed from that. Emphysema. And tell smokers disease. Put smokers disease. Put, you already know cancer, but put that kind of stuff and look at the lungs of those people. And then it's like, take a deep breath. And it don't matter if you're smoking. Now, I'm not saying that because of smokers. I'm saying because take a deep breath. The oxygen comes through the lungs. If you blessed to breathe, you blessed to, to really, really achieve. If you blessed to breathe, you are blessed to be in your best, avatar position, because breathing is the key element to get to your imagination, to get to your balance of imagination. Because, come on, it's not as hard as it. Well, we all know how, because every one of us was a child at some point. Some of us are still children in heart. Some of us still children in the fact that we lazy as hell and we don't realize the responsibilities that we have had to take on, and we have not really taken them on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so God told me to take a breath, and he told me that he would handle all the rest, and that was Dax. Yeah, that's what's up, because it's facts. Yeah, 111 on that. That's what's up. Appreciate you, Ashe. Yep. And it is what it is, but I'm going to do my, due diligence in being the example, because it's been commanded on my avatar. Source that is within me commands commands and allows all the power that is available within the universal realm of our existence, and the realm that exists any place out in all other realms, in potential. You know what I'm saying? That we've received the success that we're supposed to receive in the spiritual realm, so that in this process of the physical experience, we are successful, we are, appreciated, and we are accepted back by the ancestors by right of, our proper actions. Ashe. I am. My work is being done. I'm not gonna fold on mine. I love everyone who support me. And, to be honest with you, I love everyone who comes within the sound of my voice, because I know if you hate me, you really do love me, because as above, so below. And I know you the side of me I really need to deal with. Like, I really need to come to terms with, because I don't really want to hate myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hate myself, so I don't want to look at you and see you mean mugging me, because I know that I'm mean mugging myself, and I got myself on something else. But but I know that I'm powerful inside myself too, and can be dangerous at times. So I don't want to trigger no outside of me to be against me at all, because I know the forces that I would bring would have to be serious. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in my space of understanding that the power is within, and that's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? And then I fight better like that too, because I don't have to be nowhere to be everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And I've learned. Yeah. I don't love you at the same time. I don't hate you, because hate is a feeling, and I feel nothing for you. I know. Yeah. Yeah. That's deep. That's deep. Where you at, man? I thought you were coming on. Checking in with us. But all is well if you don't have time, because we're only going to be here for another 15 minutes tops. But I wanted to go back over my notes because I wanted to make sure I was a little rambling because I got to get used to how to format this situation. But the information is still the same. The importance of being patient and showing compassion and love to elders as they come to the completion of their journey. Um, as I told you, I'm a healthcare provider. I'm a coach, a life coach, in the sense of a family coach, a parental coach, individuals. Brought myself up out of a very, very low time in my life and have been out of that time forever because I never will go back to a low perspective of thinking because it's all the process of our power. We control it. We do really control it, y'all. Every last one of us. You say your phone was disagreeing. Okay, coming through you straight. Okay, I get it. I respect that. Okay, so I wanted to go back over the triggers that kind of cause emotional episodes that I've seen is the anger, getting angry because of not being able to remember things, getting angry because of, maybe asking you something and you're not answering fast enough and them not thinking that you're being patient with them and you realizing that you have to kind of step it back. I'm aggressive. I'm an Aries. I'm fire on top of fire. I'm at the front part of Mars with a fire sword with a torch, on fire with fire behind me and gas. You know what I'm saying? So I realized that I have been aggressive. My mom, and she's not no joke either. And she kind of turned my fire up when I was young, and that kind of caused me to have to even be a little more. I had to go through a little bit extra stuff. So, mind you, now I am table turned, and my mom is like she's never been able to hear nothing. So I'm really, really learning this process, and my hat is off to y'all who already gone through this, because I see my mom's sadness. I would feel lost. Okay, she could feel lost and lost at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Because, and that's a real deal right there. Feeling lost and lost at the same time. Like she said, I feel like I'm lost. I'm like she said, I'm lost at the same time. Like wow, come to terms with that, man. Couldn't find the room that she walked right past the door, opened up the outside door at night. Nobody ever goes out the front door, so watch those things, and then that starts to help them, not deal with the illness because they start to get depressed and I mean, do jumping jack. I mean, me personally, I do everything now. I've turned into a comedian. I've turned into an actor. My mom flat out called me evil. She said I was stingy. She said I was everything that I know I'm not. And I came to terms, like I looked at her for a minute. I, for 1 second, I was like, who the hell? Did I realize, wait a minute, you about to lose every blessing that you ever thought you got by, thinking that this is what this is. Come on, man. Yeah, and my intuition been telling me that this spiritual experience is for big bodies. This is for God bodies right here. I came to be the example of us as melanated men. I'll show you. I'm gonna show you an example. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And my seeds attest to it. I may not show up as much as I'm going to, you will see a more active, presence here because I really have to expose the things for one to see that it is truly official. This is not a game. This is never been a game. You know what I'm saying? And where we are with it is in true sincerity of love and respect. KS3, blessings to you, young king.
Infinite healing wellness. How you feel?
I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. Thank you indeed, son. Yeah, so you were present. I saw you jumping in and out, so all is well. Thank you for even showing up. Thank you for taking your time. And I was just saying how you all being the representation of, my existence as a coach, as a person who can assist another man to some type of an idea or some type of an action to be a better influence to himself so he can be an influence to his children or to the people that he influences. You know what I'm saying? It's boots up, boots are strapped. up right now, y'all. Everybody, we're gonna look. We're doing it. We're doing it. It's a process. We're in the process of changing a lot of things in our lives that are personal and to a higher perspective of awakening. We have the whole family has been forced to be in a form of serious awakening. Hey, wake your ass up. Wake your ass up. We do not get a chance to sleep. That process is over. Once you know that you told once okay, look, I've all to come to terms totally with my subconscious never going to sleep. My subconscious is never going to sleep. And my subconscious has a lot of control over the things that I have to do so what I've decided to do is truly, truly focus on and be the example of one who is truly allowing intuition, imagination, the modalities that come as a result of knowing that process, just the imagination to get to these other things and really staying serious about it and blessing you, man. Tell me who you are. Tell me how you want to be and let me view you like that. Let me put you in my eyesight as who you want to be, who you desire to be. If you're not there, if you have any negative things to say about yourself, I'm cutting it off. I'm going to make sure that the power that I have is commanded. And because it's already been put in the ether as a commandment, I'm going to see to it that when it comes to you from me, it's going to affect you to the point where you have to do something. That's the effect that I'm here for. You come across my path, you're going to have to make a change. It's not like it's and I'm not saying like it's like you'll want to. I come across people path that's not doing as much as me that they think they're not, but the influence that they put on me to do more, because I see people that don't do nowhere near what they should do, and I do way more. And they influence the hell out of me to make sure I keep it moving. So how could you be responsible for one child, two children, three children, and a wife, and you can't even like really like come to a term or an agreement or something to where things can go smoothly. Like especially if this is who you're talking about, you're building this legacy with. I'm just grateful that the universe has shined on me that I was in a very good agreement. The source that is within me gave me the avatar that would come here and have the experience that would be in a good place spiritually before I make a transition because I know the space that I'm in now. Protection, protection, protection. I've had to sort it out. Now I know how to protect, protect, protect. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're here to do. Protect, 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 love and protect and heal. You know what I'm saying? And I get to, you know, I assisted my mom with the first, recovery of cancer. Like the first, like move away with the idea of cancer. Because when she told me, I was like, man, please, I ain't hearing that. I'm not hearing that. And I wasn't even, you know, I know that my agreement was different. I realize now that we really did write this agreement in, and I know I wouldn't. I know what I would have wrote into my agreement. And when stuff comes around that I know I'm right there right now, I'm quantum jumping up out of that joint. I really do that. I mean, I'm just because I've learned these hypnotherapy steps, and I've learned how to really, really put myself that daydream thing. And I've been doing that. I've been having to do that to run away from some of the things in my mind as a child. Like, we all probably was doing that. Like, all of us have that power because it was magic for us to jump away from the shit we was going through. I'm telling you, when I was younger, it's magic to get your mind away from some of the things that I saw. You would have to be doing some kind of magic. So now I realize that imaginary friend thing. That all that happened. It had to happen in divine so that I could share, so that I could be able to deserve the spot to take care of my parents because that man saved my life. You know what I'm saying? From being electrocuted. So I get to really like at least share the ending part or the remaining part. I'm not gonna say no ending part. The remaining physical part here with him, And I enjoyed talking to dude. You know that, man. You know something, man. So I'm just grateful for the experience. I've been able to get more compassion in my heart. I'm thankful to you, KS3, man. I'm thankful to you, son. I am thankful because you really taught me some stuff, man. You know, I would have called it something else before, but you've given me a very compassionate heart, and you made me, I mean, all y'all make me realize that what I came here for is serious, and I ain't playing with it. Like, you just don't get these kind of opportunities. You don't get seven kings and four queens. Seven gods and seven goddesses that you get to influence that trust you. And I know that everybody's not perfect, man. Look at the stuff we've already been through. I know one thing: we together. We gonna always be together. That's what I can truly say. People say don't never say never. I can say never. I know we'll never be apart. I know that because on the spiritual realm, what we have done, like how people decide to put their family in a circle and they do their little prayers and their rituals and whatnot. Look, I've locked it in on mine. I locked it in before my bloodline came. So what we go through is power for the course. What we
See, that's the
go
difference
through
between most people. That's the difference between most people and us. Because see, most people they go through things, but we grow through things. It's
is
all about a perspective switch in a lot of ways. Because just as the aspect of you were saying together, one thing I can tell you, just apart from being around both you and our mother, um, one thing I can say for sure is the whole togetherness aspect. That is one of the most heaviest things out of everything because everybody's always focusing on sticking together. Regardless of what we got to grow through, we're always together throughout that process. And it's always out of respect for the foundation that you said. It's always for the respect out of the foundation that our mother had assisted with setting. And one thing I know for sure, I've just I've really come to the understanding very recently, and I've always had the understanding, but it just gets larger and larger every day. I've always had it knowing, but it's just the process of becoming more aware to it. What we're doing now is for the next 7 generations of this life to go on. So it's every single thing I do, from the smallest thing by myself to being around anybody else, just like you were saying earlier, the process of being a proper example to yourself so you can be a proper example to everyone else. That part is the main part, because as long as we're doing this, the next 7 generations that are being produced through here is all going to be full of these same traits, extended and enhanced on every single level. And that right there is the part that I'm grateful for, because through everything I do, everything I say, I know the intention behind it means more than I can say into words. And just knowing that the my children get to have this, my siblings' children get to have this, our grandchildren gets to have this, and then we have you to look at the example, and actually being as aware as I am now, just being able to be in physical form, having the awareness to know that I could wake up any point of any day, any one of us, regardless of how young or how old you are, could be gone in physical form. So just having that awareness gives me a whole different perspective on being grateful for the time we spend together, being grateful for us being present together. And it assists me with making better choices. It assists me with being more aware through the choices that I make. And just being that example in front of everybody else assists me with the whole process of communication with everybody else, and seeing the example I leave on everybody else. It's always coming back to me, showing me how I'm doing. Because even if I'm feeling some kind of way about myself or feeling some kind of way about what I'm doing, that's right there is inside of my own head, because everybody else, they see the aspect of me growing. Everybody else, they see the aspect of me always doing my best to do better, always doing my best to be better. So most times, anytime any of us feel any way about ourselves, that's in our own head. That's not what most to everyone around us see. So it's like the whole aspect of God and the devil. We're down here doing godly work, and considering there's a balance between the God and the devil, we're going to have that devil coming in our minds trying to tear that aspect out of us. Even if we show up always trying to make somebody smile with a good intention, always trying to do right, it's always going to be those thoughts that we have in our head. It's like intrusive thoughts that are just going to keep on trying to flood in to keep that outside of yourself. But just us being together and around each other, it shows that there's nothing that's able to drown that out, regardless of if we're here in physical form together or not. Everything goes and always is going to go exactly how we desire for it to, 100,000 plus just because of us being together the way we are. So I appreciate you setting the foundation for the aspect of togetherness, for
Man,
sure.
I honor you for recognizing my intent or my commands on myself to change. And you said it like I'm grateful that you touched in on confirming what I said, because what got me my relationships with you all to me is me going to the mirror and realizing that my relationship with me has to be much better in order for me to have any type of an influence on you all, because from gate one, you all came with very strong energy fields of I'm not it's no ownership here. Because my mother raised me that way, I you know, you can attest to this. I've been thinking free for you all since day one. We started out in the Al Islamic belief system, but that was a freer process to me because of the intention. But you saw in the perspective of growth as a result of the intention and me truly recognizing before I ever got into any of that, that my first thing was we were God. That's what we were told. Like in the Nation of Islam, we were God. That's the only thing I ever knew from a child. Like that's what I saw. That's the only thing that I saw. I didn't see the church. I didn't see the church. We didn't ever go to church. You know what I'm saying? The dudes that I saw my father around or even dealing with was the dudes that was the Muslim dudes. You know what I'm saying? And they was always like, little king, you God, we God. And that was the influence of, like, not really having a clear understanding or understanding of it, but having a knowing there's something special about us. And then my mom always told me I could do anything I set my mind to. And that's all I needed. She was God. She was the first God I seen. You know what I'm saying? Her and my father, those were the first gods I ever seen, based upon him saving my life and based upon all the things that I've seen her do. And me still to this day, I know to my life and what I know about source energy, she is. The whole thing was created with this feminine balance. That's the reason why I do everything. I go hard to make sure that I do my part as best as I can in this physical dimension. You know what I'm saying? Because hey man, I know I got it right from the perspective of my intuition right now, today. This now, right now, I know from the source energy that is within me, from the intuition that consistently gives me the direction to know. I know I'm good. But I'm gonna tell you this. Source tell me something different tomorrow and it resonates with my knowing, guess what? Guess what I know? I know what source told me and I'm going with it. And I don't have to question that because I don't have anything other than source speaking to me, through me, with me, being, and it's interesting because as above, so below, think about this. Like you said it, those devil thoughts. I don't give it the devil. Like I said, in that thing I said, so the devil's is a lie. So, it's no way I can fear it, right? The
Hmm.
devil to me is a fictional figure. It's the demon energy and the low vibration that is, the one that we spoke about before. But since we know what we're dealing with, we use the words so that we can identify. But
Hmm.
in the sense of realness, though, we that too. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact.
It ain't no different. That's the reason them thoughts are not intrusive. Let me tell you what you remember. Well, no, let me redirect it. I apologize, King. No, I respect King. I show respect, King. Those words are very, very accurate. Those words are very intrusive. Those sounds, those creative, very creative words are very intrusive. They cause cells to move different. They cause energy to shift different. They do some things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can agree that but at the same time, I find that I feel better channeling that, taking that in, and like letting that go somewhere. I'll be out there running my ass off, or I go be punching on something, or I go kick on. So bro, like it's ways to, because if it was an altercation, an opposition, we can make it fair. I'll fight. We can fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck,
Though it's not gonna be a fight, we can fight.
yeah, respect. Like, it ain't even. We supposed to be showing love to each other. It's combat. It's like we sharpen each other. You know what I'm saying? But man, people scared to death. People like, nah, I ain't fighting nothing. I'll shoot you quick. Yeah. Well, see, the
Mhm.
thing is about this. That's what I've learned over the time frame that I've been on this planet. You can see what you can see, but you can't shoot what you can't be. Like, you can't be me to shoot me. Like, you gotta be me. You gotta be who I am. I gotta reflect you. You gotta be the reflection of me. I don't have a reflection of me that is designed to kill me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
might have a reflection of me that's designed to get their ass killed, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying respectfully, because if when you're thinking from my programming, you dig what I'm saying? How my shit is programmed, it's this way. It's this way. It's this respect way. It's the way I'm gonna respect everybody who crosses my path. But I got my path. You dig what I'm saying? I'm not gonna come over your path and disrespect your path. I'm gonna respect my path. I'm gonna stay on my path, and I'm gonna respect it. But I'm gonna defend it. I'm gonna protect the hell out of it, because that's what I was doing before. Oh, I'm expecting, some of these prayers and stuff to give me some protection. Nah, I slay the dragon, man. You know what I'm saying? I know how to just, how we do. We have to go ahead and send the angels for it. You have to send the angels to do the work, because they be sending the angels to do the work at you. You know that. Stuff be breaking. You know what I'm
And see,
saying? People be
this
calling you
something,
on the internet.
this right here is something that you had actually made me aware of. Just like when you were saying that how with people in casting their spells, the only time the spell will work on you is if you're matching the vibration of what they're trying to put in you. These crystals are a good representation of what we are because we have this within us. So
Excuse me.
even when it comes to
Excuse me, King. I don't want to, and I don't mean to disrespect you by asking you this or just saying something. Okay, so the spirit has to match you right, or you have to be a lower version of the vibration. I just want to share that, because that's how a lot of people, I've gotten mixed up. I ain't like him. I might be lower than him at that moment, and I'm still open to it, because where the water line split, it's still the water. You know what I'm saying? It's deep in the deep end. In 10 feet, when you get in the water, you in 10 feet. You're not 2 feet in 10 feet. You feel what
Mhm.
I'm saying? You get in 50 feet of deep water, you 50 feet in. You dig what I'm saying? I don't care if you're swimming on top of that shit. You feel me? So that's what this perspective of is. But I clearly know what you meant. I'm just confirming that, because we have peers. I have peers, and you have peers. My peers are more objective than your peers. Your peers, y'all can kick it. Y'all can, come to an agreement and like, oh, you know what, bro, that do make sense. You know what I'm saying? That we might be able to tighten that up. And then my peers be like, nigga, you going to hell. I mean, come on, man. My peers be on something different. They like don't like me because of sometimes, but I ain't never been liked anyway. So that don't matter. I just what I want to like,
People are intimidated by your knowing.
yeah, hey, they're intimidated by their knowing, because if they listen, they see they're talking to themselves. They're listening to themselves. I have nothing to offer anyone that's going to harm them or bring them to a space of negative or low vibrational energy. It's not even low vibrational energy if you swing at me, because I'm gonna bring your energy up, and then I'm gonna take it from you. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, because I'm
Because
not swinging, and I'm not doing nothing to. Come on, come, let's go.
it comes right back around. They swing, comes right back around the energy, and it hits them again.
Tai Chi, Chi Gun. You know what I'm saying? Chi Gun.
Mhm.
Chi.
Chi.
Ah. Yeah, that
Every
extra
single
one.
time.
Uh,
Every single time.
hello, September Royalty. Would you like to come up come up, or you just moderating right now?
How about you just come on up once? Just once. It ain't gonna hurt anything. Last time you came was a year ago anyway.
Oh my goodness. You're probably right. Well, I'm gonna make it available for her just in case she decides to. Her space is there. She said, "Nah, she gotta." No, okay, I got you. I got you. I respect that. I'll take you off. I respect that. I was about to read your business out though. You know what I'm saying? I was about to put your business on the block, like you reading it in private message. What you got a what? No.
And then at the same time, maybe that's on because most people don't deserve to get that kind of energy because the radio is different. Who
All I'm
knows?
saying is, it's protection. It's protection. So, uh, uh, Nasir, why don't you share just something right quick? Because we on here 11 minutes past what I said, so we might as well go like a few more minutes, right? But why don't you share, some of the experiences you've been having with mom to, what you've noticed? Because you did tell me something that was very interesting yesterday, and if you will go over that, and I said if you would voice that, it would be very helpful to people, especially from your age perspective, even though you're just I mean, from your solar return perspective in that elevation. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, because I know man, you might be a little older than my mama, man.
And see, there's one thing for sure that when it comes down to her, now for those who don't know, my grandmother's mother has the same exact birthday as me.
And her
So,
dad got the same birthday as my goddess.
see,
Yeah.
and it's funny, right? Because it shows that we're going to be reincarnating probably for a good bit of time. Who knows?
We
But
gonna
one
be
thing,
we double triple up. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. One thing I know for sure is that we both came here and had an agreement. And if it takes for us to continue to come on back each and every single time through these same dates, it's going to continue to show. So if I had a child that had the same birthday as my grandmother, I know that's like reincarnated. If one of my other siblings had a child by the same exact day, that shows that that's reincarnated in a lot of senses because it's that familiar energy. It's the familiarness within that energy field.
Yeah.
Because out of all of us, now see, I'm not going to say anything about anybody else's relationship with her, but one thing I know for sure, if it comes down to just me looking at it from my perspective, I feel like I have the best relationship with her out of everybody else.
But she'll say that. I mean, she loves all y'all. I know. She loves every last one of y'all. But it's just clear. You know what I'm saying? And it's it's not anything against anyone or anything. Nasir, you got something special. Y'all got something special. Y'all always have. You know what I'm saying? Just like my man Jack. Like you brought him to the table. I love Jack. He's a good dude. His birthday the same as my mom's. So you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, so these things matter. These numbers matter for sure because okay, my granddad, my mama's daddy is the same as your mother's. Her mother is the same as yours. You're absolutely right. And once I learned, when we really started when I got heavy with those, man, everything ties together. It's just a prospect now of lining up the dots, recognizing where you are on your chart at all times so that you can kind of, I guess it would be manipulate, but imagine. No, it's imagine. I guess you could use your imagine to manipulate whatever you want as long as it's positive. I mean, it don't have to be, you can use your imagination to do whatever you want. Call it manipulation. That's not a bad word to me because,
Manipulating. That's
yeah,
what we're here to do. You can never kill off the energy. Just like the higher self and lower self, they're both one. If you kill off one, the other goes with it because it's a balance. We're here as both of that.
that's exactly why I do what I do with you gods because I do want you to realize that there will be a time in this physical realm that you are going to physically feel like the dark one and you're going to proceed in action that way because what it's going to be you're going to have to in protection in life in just simple low vibrational energy needing to be taught the differences of vibration of energy. You know what I'm saying? That's what we came for. It's like examples because you know everything all these experiences build character, but I know from personal experience, ass whoopings build character because I got my ass kicked. You know what I'm saying? I got my ass kicked by somebody younger than me because I was out of line. You know what I'm saying? And I realized early on, and that happened. I'm grateful that it happened early on, so that I didn't have to go through my life, constantly getting, treatment or an experience because I didn't learn. You know what I mean? So I'm grateful, man. I'm very very compassionate with the idea of being able to, like put myself in the balance of that. You know what I mean? Because it's important. It's very important. So I'm
Okay.
grateful for this time. I'm grateful for, I'm grateful for this day. I'm grateful for the air we breathe. I'm grateful for the tone and frequency that we possess. I'm grateful for all the things that we have to experience. I'm grateful for the now. I'm grateful for the everything that got us to the now that we are here to experience. I'm grateful for my multi-dimensional connection to that I am. I'm grateful for the dark side. I am grateful for the dark side. I'm grateful for my knowing of where I come from, where I reside, how I am. I am grateful that I am. I am source energy. I am grateful that I am God Coach King Malik. I am grateful for the experience of having the support of the beings that came to support me during this experience. I am grateful for everyone who sees any light in what I do. I'm grateful for those who see darkness in what I do. I'm grateful for those who recognize the differences. I'm grateful for those who learn from my experience. I'm grateful for those who I learn from. I'm grateful for all the things that I have to experience to get to teach or share with someone else. I am grateful for everything that we have to experience for the growth of our family and the human experience. I command and allow all the love and the power that is within me, that is within the universe connected to me, that I reside with and over and extend to be upon all those who come within the sound of my voice, within the eyesight of me, within the energy field of my synergy, within the idea of my concept, within the love of the vibration of the love that I possess and share. Ashe,
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 Ashe.
Ashe, and so it shall continue to be.
As it always will be. And I am grateful for the yin yang, the yin and the yang too, sweetheart. I see you in the back chat. I appreciate you. Appreciate everyone who comes in contact with this. If please like and subscribe. We over here off the hip, man. Now that I've had to take on my mother and my father, everything that we do is going directly into this family's, legacy to protect, pay for, take care of, support, heal, you know, everything that we're doing. You know what I'm saying? And those who we can assist. So we have Grand Premium is gpcs.llc. That's our consulting company where we do LLCs, business credit, personal credit. We do, nonprofits. We do anything entrepreneurial, consulting and coaching from the entrepreneurial side. Then we got the McCullers Group, LLC.com, which is the form where we do all of our coaching that's on the personal self development. It's where my wife does the, the counseling, the kind of, not, I wouldn't call her a psychiatrist, even though she's got the degrees for it. She's more of a counselor in the sense of, like real life experience action. We call ourselves, I am a inspirational action coach. And when I say I'm an inspiration, I'm gonna inspire you to act and, do my best to assist you by coaching the habit. Like a coach just is there to assist you to get a habit of doing this routine to get you better and better. I'm the example because I am doing it. I'm going to continue to do it as long as I share this avatar experience and what I've put into the ether 7 times, 4 times plus. I know that I will exist. I do exist and will continue to exist, for eternity. And I'm grateful for this human experience because in the knowing, man, those of us who are connected to, if you feel my vibe, man, say you see some idea like, man, I see we could probably come up with this idea. Look, I'm open to things. I'm very serious about, the aspect of family, us really being family, not getting on here, getting up a bunch of people and saying we're gonna do this and do that, and then don't show up if you call and you know what I'm saying, things like that. Because a lot of these cats on these platforms, respect, and I've shouted them out. I've shouted out a lot of cats that I've had respect for based upon what I see them doing and it's what it appears to be as far as what they do in terms of helping people. Then you reach out, you get direct connection to them, you reach out and they don't respond to you as they do, as they say they do, as they appear to respond while online, they do not respond to you the same way. And I test energy too. I look at my alignment. You know what I'm saying? I have to be in alignment who is in alignment with me. And if it's me, I take responsibility for me. But I know me. You know what I'm saying? And I also know that some people just full of shit on top of that. Some people play the game. Some people have so many things that they have going on that they can make it look a different way. I don't have no opinion of nothing. I got mad support for everybody that I have reached out to, and I have no hate for anyone. And I know, like I said, I'll see everyone who sees me now at the top or from the top. That ain't no cap. You know what I'm saying? That is a knowing. And I'm not flexing. I'm just sharing because what is inevitable is what it is, and I'm just grateful. My imagination is the key to my existence and the existence of the legacy that I've co-created with the goddess. It exists as a result of my imagination, and everything else is and has. And the young king that is on the camera with me is a figment of my imagination that was truly blessed with a power that came here to shake my soul. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful to know that, for my knowing that I was able to co-create, recreate myself from an older perspective in spiritual realm so that I would be able to hear, because ain't nobody been able to tell me something. Nobody still, like, if you're not walking in my shoes, I can't really relate. You'll have to tell me something that's really, really powerful, or I have to feel your energy really powerful. But my seeds, because they walking in my shoes with me. You dig what I'm saying? I can feel them. I can listen. They see me going through this. They see me walking through this. So at least, however I wrote it to have some real friends, if none at all, some real family. If none at
Mhm.
all, and I got them. So I love you, man. I appreciate you. I love every last one of y'all. You know it. And
Mhm.
without saying, I know I know how to use my brain horns. I'm heavy into my psychic stuff. I'm heavy into my numbers now, and I've matched up the energy that I need. And I got trigger words now to be able to send telepathic signals and stuff. So when I just said I love you, I guarantee you, some 3 or 4 of those children in there went to the door and asked if I'm still on live or did something, because you know the responses. You know how I be testing it. I'll be sitting in the room and I just telepathically call one of them. I tell them I love you and see how you doing there. Come do 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 do. Is Daddy in there? Yeah. Hey.
It's funny you said that because, like, literally while you were saying that, three people just went into y'all's room. I'm sitting here, like, literally looking right in this direction, and one of them headed back right now as we
Man,
speak.
I'm not making this up. I'm not making this. I don't have to. I'm not a voodoo doctor. I know what's real. This is real. This is what the creator has already shown me from. See, when you get to a certain point, you get confirmed. I turned 55 this year. My life path number and my birth number is number one. My 55 is a 10, it's a number one. Like, I am destined for this. You all are destined for this. What I'm supposed to do is that torch I'm handing it to you, but I'm still holding it too. Like we really this it's really hot. Like you know
You
what I'm
assisted us with building. You assisted us with teaching ourselves how to make a torch, and you use your fire to help us light ours, so we can teach people how to do the same. And if anybody gets in the way, we're all gonna take our torch and touch them with it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the most rewarding thing because that torch gets it stays lit, and that's the part. I'm so grateful to have come to terms with. You know, the physical fight is very minimal. Like it doesn't have to happen like that anymore. Like I show love. I share love because don't know I don't want any enemies. I know I got them, but I don't want nobody profess no enemy to. I don't want you to come up talking about you my enemy. I don't even look. I don't even want to have to go there with it because
But
I'm going. I already feel the energy, and if I feel the shit, you could be smiling at me. If I feel your shit crooked, then I've already sent the troops anyway. The angels. They came with me. They was like, yo, they tapped me on the shoulder and be like, I got this one. You going to do what you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not
mhm.
tripping at all. I have no desire to put no negative vibe out. You know what I'm saying? This is all love, but you know. What comes with love is hate. I'd hate to, have to flip the switch and be misunderstood. No, I wouldn't hate that. I'm saying I would hate for, it would be interesting for hate to have to flip itself for you to see that they're equal. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not doing that. I'm not putting anything out. That's the reason why we're gonna forcefully be received like from the perspective of love first. And like it is, I do totally realize the more I get responsible for, the more I get held accountable for. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, every time I get a new break, like this is, oh yeah, that's what's up. That's gonna be the part. That's thank you. I did it. I saw that through. That's what happened. And then I saw that other thing through too. I saw that. I saw that. So I prepared myself for it. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, we don't have no bad processes. It's never a loss. It's always learning, and then we choose what the outcome's gonna be because when you realize it made you feel awkward to start with, you start to go ahead and choose what your outcome is. Like Abraham says, when you know what you don't want, you automatically know what you want. As above, so below. You can never get it wrong. You can never get it wrong. We cannot get it wrong. Like you can't get it wrong. I'm never gonna get it wrong again because I choose to look at every situation like, look, since I've been tweaking in that mirror, I can make you look like, well, you look like me anyway. Like I'm saying, y'all look like me but anyway. But I'm saying I can make everybody look like me now because of my understanding of the concept of the closer you get to me physically, you don't no longer see me, you see yourself in the reflection of your eyes. So if you're that close to me, I don't see nothing but me. And if you're that close to me trying to harm me, then I want to dead that part of me. You understand?
Mhm.
'Cause I'm not pulling that part to me to do nothing harmful to me.
Though
I'm
at the same time, I'm here at the same time. We're here, so you ain't ever gonna have to take care of that part.
look, that's what see, look, man, that's what I look. That's what I had to tell
It's
brothers.
always been
Yes,
healing and wellness, but we would definitely put healing and wellness over the generations to come.
shit,
Just
come on. I ain't stopped. Like bro, like I got some stuff hemmed up still from childhood. You know what I mean? That I don't want to unleash because that thing about me not knowing how to fight, like what they call fight, like for real. I like learned, fighting is a form of kill, like war. You supposed to when you fight. It's not like like if we're in a boxing ring, we're in the dojo, sparring. Sparring is sparring. That's a whole different thing. That's a sport. You know what I'm saying? That's a sport. That's sparring and you box. That's a sport. That's a sport. You fight? No, you talking about you want to fight me? Like I don't want to fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to fight. I want to hit a pressure point. I want to see blood leak. I want to see people not breathe. I don't want to fight. I don't want to be put in no chokehold. I don't want nobody hitting me in my face or hitting me in my stomach, trying to jump over my head and choke me behind my. I ain't trying. I don't want deal with none of that. You know what I'm saying? So what I do is I just focus on my realm of protection and I just cripple shit before I even consider shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's fair. I mean, that's fair. That's fair because I mean, the shit's been used against me since day one. So I'm just when you learn to not, be humble anymore, and that the humility that they taught you was bullshit. All those definitions and what they, I don't do humble. I'm not nice. I'm not. I don't have humility. What I got is compassion for the fact that I know my level of pressure, and I have to be balanced with that clarity because there will be no crash out. There will be no crashing out. You know what I'm saying? There will be no crashing out. Cats be like, yeah, I'll crash out. There will be no crashing out. Like ain't gonna be no crashing out. You know what I'm saying? Can't drive when you can't crash when you driving. You know what I'm saying? You
No,
can't
it's good.
crash. You
Yeah,
can't crash when you riding with a driver. A real one. You
yeah,
can't you can't crash with a rider that ride and drive like me either. Like I'm not gonna put us. Yeah. Hey, you should put your stuff over in the regular chat, sweetheart, because that's going in the private chat. And what you're saying is they definitely need to know because my goddess rolled the same way. My young goddesses, all four of them, all five of them, my young goddess, meaning my goddess created my co-creator, as well as her four, clones that she had the opportunity to co-create with me, with my energy, with my seed, with our, connection, with our agreement. You know what I'm saying? So, here we go. We are all the way in love with the fact that we are love, you know?
mhm.
Straight up. Where everybody at? Where is Amir at? You have any clue?
Probably upstairs.
Oh, okay. What are they doing? Yeah, I feel it, baby. Oh, so you didn't want to get on the other chat? I mean, September royalty, baby. You didn't want to get on the other chat because you
Are
in the
you done with
private
what
chat,
you were doing?
huh?
I was asking her if she's done with what she was doing.
Yeah. No, she said what the definition she gave, the message she gave. If you go back and read it, she don't have no intention on getting nowhere.
Yeah,
Definitely.
she said what she said.
She
So,
was definitely not ready and not going to be. It's all
okay.
good. Because we can get up off here, like, for real. Is there anything that you'd like to say? I just like to give thanks for the time that we get to be on here, sharing love and respect. And I know the topic is what the topic is, but I know we talk about a lot of different things because it's a family affair, and I do want to just share again what the topic is: the importance of being patient and showing love and compassion to elders as they come to the completion of their journey, because they have a hard time. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. I'm living with two that let me know consistently and from experience, and then going out. One of the things I said yesterday is unfortunate. I see a lot of elders out by themselves and they don't look like they're standing walking straight up. A lot of them look like they're going through things. And it's most times at the hospital because I'm taking either my mom or my dad to some appointment or something. You know what I'm saying? So it's all love, it's all respect. I intend to, well, uh, pardon me, my commandment is I command that all the power, all the love, all the respect that I have access to be shared upon all of those who equally share it to me. And if you don't, I still share and give. And just give it to somebody else. You don't have to give it back to me because if you give it to anybody, you're giving it to me. You know.
Mhm.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
all in.
No doubt.
Yes. This
No
is, experience was very enjoyable. Thank you
No
very,
doubt.
very, very
I
much for
appreciate
allowing
you
me.
getting on here with me, man. I appreciate it. I know I have to show up a lot by myself. I got to go ahead and do these videos and everything, but I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm here, should I say? I just go ahead, just all the time. It looked like you just like literally like real tragic accident. Did your computer jump off the table like I'm out of here, man? Y'all said y'all was offline. I'm out. Yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah,
I
but
wasn't This thing is still this whole time, and it's like my cup just decided to just jump off the desk.
Yeah, well, it was ready to go. We spoke it. I said we were off. You know what I'm saying? The power be knocking stuff around. And then that's one of the things that the cyclomancy book tells you. Like I be moving stuff all the time. Remember I told you that night that I read them chapters and kept reading and I was like, you know what? I do this all the time with parking spaces, but I'm on the whole time. It was like 20 minutes from home. And I said, every light, I'm going to make these lights all be green. And I told the goddess, I told your mom before that, and she was looking at me like, "What the hell are you doing? Like, what you got going on?" I was like, "Well, things change. Like you feel the energy shift, and now that I've taken, now that my ancestors have really touched me with the truth and given me the courage, I would say, because me not knowing, I really don't really feel no fear or anything, but sometimes it's not necessarily, it might not be to you called fear, but it might be some kind of unknown like fear that you don't really identify as fear, but it keeps you from moving or doing things that you should be doing. I'm on my Les Brown. I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? No, but I'm like starving though. You know what I'm saying? We eating like not only hungry, we starving to get that success and make sure that that success is what it is. And look at it. It is what it is, and I'm grateful. Yeah. So all is well. All is totally well. Thank you all. Whoever comes in contact with this, if you see it, like and subscribe, share it with someone who it may resonate with. Please subscribe to our Vortex Now Network.tv. It's $4.99 a month. We got music that they've created that's not even on platforms in rotation on a live channel. We've got a lot of helpful, you know, very helpful videos and things of that nature that are supportive of family, supportive of action. Hey, sweetheart, how you doing?
Great.
So, supportive of the things that we're, wanting to, share. And, it's the family stuff, all of the stuff that we're, accessing, doing, and sharing, just with love, with love. So, what's up with you?
Nothing but how you doing?
I'm doing great. How did you get, what are you doing?
Just sitting in the living room.
Just sitting in the living room? Oh,
Yes, sir.
okay. Well, I see you just jumped up on the live. Y'all, what y'all, he's in the living room.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. That's what's up. I see. Tell him I see he has a repair job to do. What's up, y'all? What, I see y'all jump on the live with me for a quick second. Yeah, because I was just about to get off, but I'm glad y'all came. Thank you. Thank you for.
Oh,
Listen,
more than welcome.
I got one, two, three, four, five, six. I got six on the live with me. Six on the live. See, I ain't had nobody on the live with me. Me and KS3 was the only ones on the live. Now what? We got a lot. We got a house full. I love y'all. What are y'all about to do?
I'm about to go outside with Mom. Watch the TV and enjoy my ear out.
Me
I'm about to
too.
go ahead and go eat so we can go ahead and get ready for this next experience.
Okay, and I think we should probably go live then too. Like
I
we,
think we
yeah, that would be great. That would be wonderfully, magically delicious. No, this, yep. But I love y'all. I appreciate all of you all.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
Precious, what's she doing? Is this Precious?
That's Angel.
That's,
Let me have
oh yeah,
it.
I am tripping. Okay, well y'all, I'll see y'all shortly. I'm gonna be coming in, and yeah, everybody's done. Oh wait a minute, yeah. Okay, let's say okay. Is Amina, is September royalty actually going to show up? Because I mean, this is one. I'm at 140. We can stay to 140. We can stay as long as we want. But I'm just saying, is Sarge coming through? Sarge is in here knocked out. Where he should be. He
Of
should be.
course he's
Sarge, come here, man.
unless you want to go ahead and clean up what he chews up.
Huh?
I was telling Mimi, of course he's coming with us, unless you want to clean, unless she wants to clean up when you choose us.
He's coming to. Of course, he's coming. All the dogs are coming except King. So y'all better get y'all leashes and stuff together. What's up? What's up? What's up, big body? What's up, big body? Look at that. Look at that big boy. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Say hello. Say hello to the. Say hello. Look, he was asleep. He knocked out. Yeah, he was knocked out. Sergeant's in here knocked out.
I love you, son.
He loves you too. You already know. Now he don't want me down. Look, I try to put him down. He pushed back up on me. He like, nah. Okay, there you go. Thank you. He looking at me. I'm ready to go outside now. You woke me up. I gotta pee. Oh man, love is man. This thing right here is beautiful. I don't man. Like I told you, this is for your children's children. If don't nobody never show up on this live, it's all good with me because I know that what we're passing through, what we're sharing with our own bloodline, is going to assist the world change. You know what I'm saying? I can't hear you. You're on silent.
Oh, I was talking to Kamal.
Oh, okay.
He was asking me a question.
Oh, okay. All is well. Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know, this is a beautiful memory to make. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Like I told you, it doesn't matter about algorithms in that sense because I command to attract the people to come to our network, which is needs to be like up here on the hookup. Let me see if I can ping that right quick.
top of that, on top of what you're saying, right?
Uh-huh.
The ladder we're building, right? And the reason I say it like that is because a lot of people they it's like a sidewalk. A lot of people walking on the sidewalk trying to figure out which path to take. And a lot of people like to climb the ladder to success. They find a ladder that's sitting right there. So they're like, oh, let me climb this. And along the way of climbing the ladder, they're coming across these different windows of people that are assisting them and helping them on how to be able to get up to the top of the ladder quicker. And the difference between what they're doing, they're going with a foundation that's already built for relevance of what everybody else is doing so they can fit into that space. And what we're doing is literally creating our own network, building our own foundation. So there's a building that they're climbing so they can get to the top of that from the ladder. And we're actively building the building so we can put a ladder on it for others to climb. So we're setting a foundation for others through generations that's actually going to benefit them over time. And of course, as we
Indeed.
know, foundation takes its own time.
Indeed. Indeed. Well, I'm all the way. I appreciate the support because it is what it is, and it's very appreciated. You know.
Oh, for sure.
Uh,
Sure. Come on,
yeah.
he's gonna be there for a minute because it's hot in the house.
Can he what?
Can he come out there for a few minutes because it's hot in the house?
How come y'all don't have the air on? You ought to ask your mother to cut the air on. Is it hot
Uh,
outside? Is it hot outside? Because if it's not, why don't y'all just open the window? Yes, I'll put it at the bottom there. Please subscribe. www.vortexnownnetwork.tv. You know, subscriptions only $4.99 a month. You know, we would appreciate, the support because as it is, this is supporting the family. This is supporting, the life of just our well-being because we're really focusing on, just building the best positive, and, you know, um, I guess, positive and influencing and educative, like the best place to be for energy of all vibrational levels in terms of age so that they can get to a higher vibration. You know what I mean? That's the perspective. That is the perspective. That is the commandment of my energy that has been applied. And I know that it is. I know that it is. Hold on, let me let you go.
I got you. These are not lessons that are being given, for we are lesson. We just lessen the path of turmoil that you would have to go through without hearing this or without sharing this experience with us. So, the big brother be in the way.
Yo, you just left him. You ain't saying nothing to him. You ain't speaking to nobody. Somebody's gonna see this. When people see this, and then maybe they'll respond and react. But I know this is one for you all to cut up. And I was thinking, about how those. Well, we'll talk about that in the meeting.
Even if people don't watch this throughout this generation, I know generations to come, they're gonna be watching this stuff. They're gonna be extremely invested in this whole situation.
Well, all due respect, they already are, King. They already are. It's already in motion. Like, you know, the quantum field is our. We're already there. Like it's happening right now as we do this live right here. This live has a few thousand viewers on it in another dimension right now. Right this moment, we're live in another quantum dimension where the live already has a few thousand people on it. And that quantum dimension is going to be like, watch, in a few days, you're going to be like, Daddy, that video got, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe, several people signed up for our network. We'll be able to see it. Yeah, millions next. That's right. I get it. That's the intent. That's the commandment. Because I want to clear that up. I say intentions because that was a habit, and because I deal with people that I don't want to, you know, I don't want to blatantly disrespect or make it seem as if I'm being disrespectful when I'm speaking to people. So I kind of like still kind of the words I kind of be I'm strategic with how I use them, but it is what it is. No disrespect intended. Only power intended, power extended, power given, shared, and magnified. Magnified and shared. You know what I'm saying? So let's go. Okay, well that's
Sure.
pretty much it for me, man. I guess I want to say thank you again. I'm Source Energy guy, Coach King Malik, here to share just, all of us should know just by home training, but a lot of us were guilted for that, so we don't necessarily know, a few things. Just, be kind, be as best as you can, be kind to yourself, show yourself patience, show yourself compassion, so that it will be easy for you to do that to the mirror, to the elders that exist in your life, the elders that come across your path, the people that come across your path. Just make it a way of life for yourself first, and it becomes a mirror. Everything becomes easy when you do it for you first. Your imagination is the key. Praying, meditating, hypnotherapy, quantum physics, quantum jumping, NLP, autosuggestion, daydreaming, they're all the same modalities. Came from the example of your imagination and ability to cause yourself to respond or cause yourself to do anything. People show up exactly the way I imagine them. Everything shows up as I desire, and so it is.
And so it shall continue to be.
Always
And
and
always.
forever. No, for real. But hey, look, for real, yes, always and forever, always and forever. So, love, peace, and harmony to all those who come in contact again. Peace, love, respect, Ashe.
Sure.